Good morning, students. In the last class, I explained you about the female reproductive system. I'm just giving a quick recap of it. In this female reproductive system, I explained you that from the vagina, the sperms are motile and it swims and reaches to the fallopian tube. Here, it receives an egg also, and here the process of fertilization will take place in the fallopian tube, or you can say in the oviduct. After that, it will get, after fertilization, it reaches to the uterus. The lining of the uterus is called as endometrium. It is very thick and spongy, and after fertilization, in the fallopian tube the process of fertilization plays, and in the fallopian tube only the zygote form. After the zygote formation, the morula develops. After the morula, blastula develops. Now blastula reaches to the uterus, and when the blastula is nothing, that is a hollow ball of cells. After that, the blastula reaches into the uterus, and here the implantation is done. Implantation, and here, okay, so you can say the uterus as the site of implantation, and here the development of embryo will takes place. So that is all about the fertilization. Now I will explain if the fertilization will not takes place. So what will happen? If the fertilization will not takes place, the menstruation will begin. So what is menstruation? So it is in females, ovaries release ovum or egg, that I explained you. Ovary release ovum and egg in every 28 days. From the age of puberty, when a female achieves the age of puberty, they started releasing one egg once in a month. After that, the uterus prepare. So now the uterus prepare itself every month to receive this fertilized egg. Now, if the fertilization will not takes place, if the egg remains unfertilized, if the sperm is not reaching here, what will happen? So the uterus is preparing itself every month. The lining of the uterus become very thick and spongy. If the egg is not fertilized with the sperm, it lives about for a day, and afterward it will get degenerate. The egg will get degenerate, and it comes down to the uterus. After that, uterus will also get also gets starving without the fertilized egg. Then uterus also breaks down, and afterwards the lining of uterus is no longer required, and menstruation occur, or you can say the uterus also breaks up and menstruation occurs. When menstruation occurs, blood and mucus is coming out from the vagina. So it occurs through vagina as blood and mucus. It lasts for about 2 to 8 days. So this is about the process of menstruation. Next, students, I will explain you about what is the significance of sexual reproduction, as we are going through the topic of sexual reproduction. So what will be the significance? First, sexual mode of reproduction involves the process of combining DNA from two different individuals. Definitely the DNA is coming from the male parent and as well as the female parent. So two different gametes are fused together, male and female. So it does not disturb the control of DNA over cellular apparatus. So definitely it will not disturbing the control of DNA. That's why we are identical to as our we are not identical, and that's why we are similar to as our parents, because definitely the variation is there. Due to the variation, we are not as identical, but we are similar to as our parents. So it does not disturb the control of DNA over cellular apparatus. So it is very helpful in passing the characteristics of one generation to another generation. Next, it results in the re-establishment of the number of chromosome and DNA content in the new generation. Obviously, the re-establishment in chromosome and DNA content will carry into the next generation. It leads to new combination of genes in gametes due to the reshuffling of genetic variation occurs. As I told you, in the sexual reproduction, variation will occur. That is the error in the DNA segment, or you can say the reshuffling will occurs in the DNA. Due to this, the variation occurs. Next is, it promotes the diversity traits, the characters in the new generation. Definitely it will create the diversity, or the differences into the next generation. Okay, I think you get clear about this topic, menstruation and significance of sexual reproduction. Next topic we will be studying today is reproductive health. So the next topic is reproductive health. What is the meaning of reproductive health? It is the well-being of it is a physical, mental and social well-being of a person. See, it is defined as the state of physical, mental and social fitness to lead a healthy reproductive life. If a person is mentally, physically and socially fit, definitely he will be the leading of a proper or very healthy reproductive life. Good reproductive health provides both male and female with first the fertility control methods. A male and female know about the fertility control methods. Awareness about how to limit their family size. Family planning is there. Protection from infection and sexually transmitted diseases. Sexually transmitted diseases we also call this as STDs. So which transmit from one person to another person by sexual contact, that is called as sexually transmitted diseases. So protection from infection, definitely if a person is aware of all these STDs, then definitely he will be taking up the protection from infection and sexually transmitted diseases. So a limited family size and no partiality about the sex, that is the sex determination, either a boy is a male or female. Of the unborn should be existed in our society. For this we need to maintain the sex ratio and population ratio. So first we should understand what is population ratio and what is sex ratio. First we will study the sex ratio. Sex ratio is the number of female the number of female is the number of females to the number of males in a society. How many females are present to a number of males are present in a society. The female sex ratio should maintain for a healthy society. Now you can see the female sex ratio is declining day by day due to this due to that ferticide determination. The female sex ratio is declining in the society. It has to be controlled because it has to be now it has banned or prohibited by the law, but now also some peoples are doing this activity. So that is day by day this is that is very bad or declining for that is that will be for the declinement of our society. So the sex ratio should be maintained, that that the number of females should be to the number of males in a proper ratio. The ratio should be maintained. Next is the population size. What do you mean by the population size? The size of human population is cause of concern now, because expanding population makes it difficult to improve the standard of living. Nowadays, day by day, we can see the population is expanding. So the rate of birth and death in a given population determine its size. How, if we are calculating the size of a population, we should see how many death rates, how the death we can see the death rate of the society as well the birth rate of the society. It will decides the population size. The population size increases if the birth rate is higher than the death rate and vice versa. Definitely, if the death rate is lower as compared as to if the birth rate is more, then definitely the expansion of the population will takes place. So today we study about the menstruation. What is menstruation? I told you when what is menstruation? When unfertilized egg reaches to the uterus, then menstruation occurs. If the egg remain unfertilized, then menstruation occurs. Then we studied about the significance of sexual reproduction. After that, reproductive health, sex ratio and population size. So to control this population, what the measures we can take to control this population rate? So the measures we can take the birth control methods. We can adapt the birth control methods to control this population size. So about the birth control methods, I will explain you in the next class. In the next class, we will be studying about the birth control method, so many methods are there, like you can see the barrier method, hormonal method, chemical methods, or surgical methods. All these methods are there for the all these methods are there to control the population, or birth control methods. And as well, in the next class I will also explain you about STDs. STDs means sexually transmitted diseases. So thank you for today.